What's going on, guys? Welcome to part 2 of how to draw the head for beginners. If you haven't seen part 1, I recommend you go watch that first, and I'll leave the link for that in the description below. If you have seen that and you just want to recap on the basics that we went through, I have this. If you just want to pause the video and go over the method, if that would help you. Other than that, we are good to go. Right, so we went through in the first video basic structure and proportions of the head. So as it's a ball with a jaw attached, I'm just going to quickly go through the process again, and then I'll add to it. Okay, so got the ball with the side cut off, and then line for the eyebrow, going on the side plane, and then top of the hairline, this distance, double it to the bottom of the nose, and double it to the bottom of the chin, and then at the jaw. Alright, and the centre line. And you can add this line here if you want to. Alright, so from here we need to make the head more 3D, and to do that you need to understand some of the forms, right? Some of the different planes of the face. So I'll do another example. So if you picture the head as a bit of clay, I was going to quickly draw it from the side. So you picture the head as a bit of clay. Right, let's say, wait, let me get the proportions up quickly. Okay. So halfway is the eyes, centre of the head is the eyes, just above is the eyebrows, between the eyebrows and the bottom of the chin, the bottom of the nose, and then you can double this distance to get the hairline, centre of the face, and then you can half this, and like that would be, if this was a skull, that would be the bottom of the eye socket. Like that. And then you can put this into 3, divide it into 3. That'll be the mouth, and that'll be the top of the chin, bottom of the chin. Alright. So from the side, not like this isn't flat like that. So if we do half this, like we have here, and picture cutting into it, like if this was a bit of clay, like that. And that would be where the eyes are. Right. And the nose starts about halfway between this bit, like where the centre of the eyes are, and comes out. So halfway between there, it'd start coming out there, and then bottom of the nose there, then if you divide this into 3, the bottom of the chin, and this part here is more like a ball shape, and then you've got the cheekbone, right? You can add the ear there. Alright, don't worry, we're gonna go through this in a more easier way. Alright, so if I draw this from, actually wait, I could just work on this. So you've got your head. Right, if I rub that bit out, So, bottom of the nose, top of the eyebrows, halfway between, and this is the bit we're cutting into like that, where the eyes would be, and then comes out again, where the cheekbone would be, like that. So, this centre line would be going like this, and go in and come out like that. So it starts to look more like a realistic moulding of the head. Right, but we're not done yet. We need to do the mouth. Okay. We can simplify that as a ball shape, because this part is round. I'll show you when we look at I'll do a drawing of the skull in a second. Right. Okay. So we'll do it from the side first, just to show you. So do the circle, split it into quarters, then cut off the side plane. Like that. And top of the hairline, eyebrows, bottom of the nose, bottom of the chin, like that. And with the skull, this bit would go in like that. Oh, this bit, if you half it, is still the bottom of the eye socket. You don't have to draw this, I'm just doing it to show you. And that would be the top of the nose, or the bone part of it anyway. And the cheekbone. And this bit is sort of like a rounded, and then the chin there. And we'll split that into 3 if you want. Mouth. Right. And when you draw the skull, like this bit will not come all the way down to the bottom of that circle. If you look at a picture of one, it comes to about here. Right. And you don't necessarily need to learn how to draw the skeleton, like the head, skull, whatever. You just need to know like the landmarks, like the cheekbones, this round bit here. Just a few of the landmarks that will help you. And then the nose you can just simplify as like a box sort of shape. And this is just to help you get a sense of like how to make it more 3D when you add the features. So, and this would attach about halfway between there, like that. So the line would be, the centre line would be going over the middle like that. And you can add the ear, whatever. And you're ready for to add with the rest of the features, like maybe divide this into 3, and the mouth would be there. So it just makes it easier. And I'm just doing the shading just to like make it look more 3D. Okay, so let's do another example. So we'll draw the skeleton from the front, the skeleton, the skull, sorry. So got your circle, line through the middle, cut off the edges. And sometimes just doing it this step-by-step way is just too like rigid, and you just want to like, you can just literally do that, and once you know how to do it, you can just like add the jaw wherever you want. So obviously if you do it here, it's going to be really short. You do it like, you can just guess where to put it really, so you could just say I'm going to put it there, just attach it like that. And then if you're not sure where to put the lines, just remember centre of the head is the eyes, just above is the eyebrow line, and then you just half this from here to here, bottom of the nose, like that. You can just add your hairline, which is the same distance as that. Okay, so remember, divide this into 3. So you've got your mouth, bottom of the chin, top of the chin, and then you can half this, and that would be the bottom of the eye sockets. So we're drawing the skull from the front, just so I can show you the landmarks you need to know. So remember, the nose will come out from here, and on the skull, only half, obviously only half of the nose is like bone, like up to like there. I think everyone knows that. Yeah, so we've got these bits coming down there, which is these bits right here, and then your cheekbones coming out. You don't, sorry if I'm going too quick, you don't necessarily have to actually copy all this. It's just for illustration purposes. So you've got your cheekbones coming out. This little ridge going in. So when you look at from the side, goes in a little bit, then the nose comes out, and that's the nose. That's your eye socket. And obviously your nose will attach on like that. Okay. Then you've got the muzzle sort of shape. I don't like to call it a muzzle. It's just like your mouth. If you feel it, it's like sort of round. Like there. And that's where your teeth would be. And a little gap here. There's a little indent there. Right. So when applying this, when actually drawing a portrait, and you don't like, the aim of this really, this method is to draw, well, for me, I think to draw from imagination, like to draw the portraits from imagination, so you don't have to just copy them all the time, and it's more fun as well. So we'll just go through the method. Right, so say we're going to add the features. I do recommend actually, to not just go straight into drawing them, otherwise you'll just make them look really flat. Like if I just start, obviously you're not going to draw like that. Well, I don't know, some of you might, but do you know what I mean? Like, you don't want it to look like, once you learn all this, well, it's not really a lot to learn. Once you like can visualize the forms to make it 3D, it just becomes easier. So let's add the planes to make it look more 3D quick. Okay. So bottom of the nose, bottom of the chin, eyebrows, halfway, picture a little slit, not like a slit, like a little cut like that. Like someone's just chopped at a tree with an axe. Like that. And a cheekbone coming out. That's what this line's for also, to draw the ear if it helps visualise it. And then the muzzle, circular bit on the mouth. And then you can draw that line down there. And then halfway, add the nose. And then from there, I'll zoom in a little bit. Alright. You can add the eyeballs. And start drawing the eyes. And I'm gonna do separate videos for the features, as there's a lot to explain, like a lot more that I won't have time to do it in this video, but I'll show you how to do the basics. And when you draw down this line, you've got to try and imagine the skull, the corner of the eye, like that. I'm exaggerating a bit. And the cheekbones, like you got to imagine them, sort of. And then the mouth. I'm gonna go through how to draw each feature in a second, like roughly. Then you can see how, like, doing these, imagine these block shapes and this circle helps train your eye to like think more 3D when drawing. And you can add the nose. Alright. Once you know, you don't even have to do them. Like, you can just, it's like in your mind already. Okay, let's do another one. So have that person looking this way. Hairline, eyebrows, bottom of the nose, bottom of the chin, attach the line. And then from this point you can just rub like that part out, because you don't need it. It gets in the way. Attach the jaw. And then from this point, before we draw that side, we can draw it if you want. If you imagine, like half this bit being cut out for the eyes, like that. And the cheekbone. Another thing to note this part of the forehead, the brown line, isn't a straight line. Like if you look at someone's head from above and looking straight down, like the head is not like that. I think it's quite obvious, but just in case, like it's more like a bit rounded. So when you draw this line, I know when you like when you start drawing that, you tend to do it in a straight line. But when you actually come to drawing the features, try and think of this bit as like a curved line like that, because that's what it'd be more realistically. But yeah. Okay, so equal side, either side of the centre line and the nose. Remember, just draw it as a boxy shape and attach it like about halfway between these two lines. And like that. And remember, picture this bit as a circle, a ball, shall I say. And it doesn't matter too much what size you do this, but if you want to measure it, you can remember splitting this into thirds. And you want it to be around this bottom line, or even just below it, it don't really matter. And the chin will attach below that. Then remember the cheekbones, like that, and here. Right. Let's do a 3/4 view of skull. Okay. Give you more of an idea. Circle. And obviously the more you practice, the easier this will come to you. Practice makes perfect. That was really cringy. Alright, remember you can get rid of this circle bit. That's the jaw. Okay, halfway. And then that will tell us the bottom of the eye sockets. Remember, corner of the eyebrow, or it's where these bits are, like them bits. And because this is facing away from us, this head, you're not going to still see, it's not going to be the same width as this one. It's just going to be however wide this is, this part. So like that. And then, remember the nose comes down halfway between, it comes off halfway between here. So about there. And remember guys, these are just standard, like average measurements. Like people's heads will vary, so like don't think everyone's head is this, like this, these measurements exactly. They are roughly though, most people's are roughly like this. Okay, so the corner of the eye socket, so this bit will come, there'll be like a little bump bit, and it will go in and it will come out, and that's where you have your cheekbone, like that. And that's basically this bit coming off like that, is that. this bit on the front, that bit there. So then you've got the cheekbone, and this goes off like that. And again, you don't actually need to know how to draw the skull like from memory or anything. You just need to know that these bits exist. Shade that a bit in, because that bit, remember, goes in like that. And you've got the muzzle bit, and then the jaw. Into thirds. Remember, top of the chin, bottom of the chin. That's where the mouth is. Yeah. I'm just shading it just to, it's not the perfect skull, but I made it look a bit weird, but you get the idea. Alright, we'll go through another one and then start doing some features. Okay. Right. What's whatever I've done? I don't know. Do it that way. Remember, cut the side off. Remember, when you do cut this bit off, it won't be as round like that because it's gone in a bit. Right, well, this line goes, you don't actually have to draw this, but this is like the top of the head. It goes all the way around. Then halfway between here is the hairline. Bringing that down, bottom of the chin, bottom of the nose. Right, if you get rid of that circle bit, and then draw this bit as like a little indent. Like that. And the mouth is a muzzle. Slide up to 3. That's the top of the chin, where the lips meet. Obviously you've got cheekbone. And then you can just draw the nose on top, remember, halfway between. Draw it as a box. Like that. And you're ready to add your features. And by the way, doing it this way is literally just to help you know, like realise where the 3D-ness of everything. I know that's not a word, but anyhow. Right now, I'll do some features, and then I'll add it all together at the end. Okay, so I'm not going to go too much into it because at this stage you don't really need to know too much, but I'll do a few things. So the nose. So remember, we're just going to do it as like a box. And don't worry, I'm going to do very soon. I'm going to do a separate video for each of the features, so don't worry. So obviously your nostrils will be like that at the bottom. That's the side, that's the the front of the nose, I'd say. And then you just draw it in. Don't worry if you're not all there with drawing the nose. Like, this is only a brief, very brief example. So we'll see if it was from, I need to stop saying obviously, because if it was that obvious you wouldn't be watching this video. Just giving you an example. So that would be the nose. Say from the front, it'd be like that. Okay, now, for now we don't really need to do the ear, really. I mean, we'll do that in another video, but the mouth, I'll show you why we do it as a ball as well. Okay, one of the reasons is because, obviously, because I need to stop saying that word, the lips, or the mouth, isn't just flat like that. It's sort of more curved. So, like it's coming around the corner, not a corner, like it's curved like that, not flat. So, say this is the top of the nose, bottom of the chin, whatever. The mouth is here. And then it just helps drawing it. And the chin on the bottom like that. So it looks something like that. It's just easier, and then you can do the nose as a box. So I know I'm doing this really quickly, but it's just for the video. I wouldn't normally do it this quickly, but it just shows that simplifying it into shapes is a lot easier. Like that. Do another angle quickly. I'll try and go a bit slower because I'm going really quick. So, oh, another thing actually, quickly, with the mouth, the lips. Let's try and get this right. Oh yeah, so say that's the lips. You have like these little pads things, I'd say they are, and the top lip, you can probably see them on your lips or feel them. No, I don't know about feeling, but you can see them. There's like 3 on the top. They're like little cushions that give it the shape, and there's 2 on the bottom, like that. So if I exaggerate this a bit, that's why they go like typical shape for lips. Generally look like that. Mainly on, you notice it more on women, as their lips are more round and prominent. But you get the point. So like that. And then I'll do another example here. So if you could just picture them, so there's one here, there's one here, And then because it's going around a corner, like further away than us, from us, I mean, it's not going to be this length. The other side, it'll be shorter, like that. And you can add the lip coming out, visualising them two little pads, like that. And the nose. And they help with shading as well. So you can think like, I'll mess that up a bit. Yeah. And the eyes, I mean, don't need to do too much on them for now, but just remember, if you visualise it, the whole eyeball, and say the axis, not the axis, I'm making this sound too scientific. So say the lid goes from one side to the other. So say the tear duct's there. You've got to feel it coming over. Like this, you've got to feel this as being 3D. And feel the eyelid going over, like that. And then the bottom one coming around, like that. And draw the pupil, which is about a third of that takes up about a third of the space of this, but yeah. And do the thickness of the actual eyelid, because yeah, like that. Then say you did the other one. Just try and make the other lid in line with this one, and then there, and the bottom one like that. Right, they look a bit odd, but let me think. Yeah, we'll go through one more example and then probably end the video there. But if you have any questions or anything you want me to go over again, just let me know in the comments or whatever. So we'll bring it all together now. So we'll have this person looking. We'll have the person looking sort of down but forward in a way. You see what I mean? Slightly 3/4 view. Okay, so see if it was in the middle, they'll be looking straight. But if they was looking down, be a little bit down like that. And then this line will be like that. So if you look down, your ear will be going up. Okay. So then that'll be the top of the head, halfway between, top of the hairline. Then bring the bottom of the circle round, bottom of the nose, bottom of the chin. Add the jaw on. Remember, this corner bit of the jaw is generally in line with the mouth. Doesn't always have to be, but it's a general guide if you're not sure. So sit this into 3 like that. So then if I was drawing this myself, I would picture the sort of corners of the corners of the eyebrows, like, you know, them bits on the skull I was talking about, and cut this bit in half. And to be fair, all the steps do help, like you place the features accurately, so you can draw like the eye sockets if you really want to, like that. And then halfway between here the nose starts and comes out. Draw that as a 3D box coming down. And cheekbones coming out. And this bit is a ball and a chin. Then you can draw the ear. I'll work that bit out. Alright, so add the eyeballs in. And the eyes. Just remember, if you're drawing a female, the eyes are generally a little bit bigger than the male, and the eyebrows are generally a little bit higher. And the cheekbones and like the general like visible bones of the face aren't as prominent in females. Like they're more like smoother, and their jaws are a bit more round. We'll do this one as a woman. So eyebrows a little bit higher and not as thick generally. Right. Okay. The noses are a little smaller as well. And so the mouth. So remember drawing this as if it's going over a circle. Oh, I've done a bit too wide. So women's mouths are not as wide apparently. But their lips are more round and like full looking. This bit's a bit off. I do recommend you get a pencil, or not get a pencil, I mean use a pencil, so you can rub out mistakes and that. So yeah, remember a woman's face, their jaw lines are generally more round, and you're not going to see the cheekbones poking out their face. Just be more subtle like that. I've done a nose a little bit big, but it doesn't matter. And gradually you can rub out these lines if you don't need them anymore. I've done it. Oh. And then you can just draw the hair however you... I'm going to have to do a video on how to draw hair as well. So the planes that we went through sort of help with shading as well. So you can think under the eyes, all the eyebrows and that, like they go in, and this bit as a circle, You can sort of see it if you look at some people in different lights, or like pictures. I have to do a video on shading as well. God, got so many videos to do. And on ears. I'll do another couple examples and then that should be it for today. Do a more difficult one. Try not to go too quick. Eyebrow line, bottom of the nose, halfway between. Cut that bit out for the eyes. And cheekbone coming out. Then centre line. Draw the muzzle and the mouth is. And halfway between starts the nose. Draw that as a box. Add the earring. That little quarter to this line as well if you want. Then you're ready to start adding the features. Remember the bone structure of a male head is more visible. And divide that into 3. The bottom of the chin. Nose. Remember, on the mouth is a little wider. But their lips aren't as rounded and full like on a female. And you can go ahead and draw the hair. Remember when on the circle that I rubbed out, the bit that you cut off the circle, the hair generally lines up with that. And then the neck, which I'll also have to do a video on. Don't worry, I've got plenty of videos to make. Alright. One more. Don't worry, one more. Let's do someone looking from the side. Okay, so then looking slightly up, that way. Then cut the bit off the side. And I usually just guess this. I mean, this method, generally, you split this into like, say 3, and then you can do the top one. Like if you split all this into 3, or you can do it into 4 and do the third one. Right, but what I'd say is just experiment with it and just see what they turn out as. So obviously the bigger the circle, then the greater the distance between these measurements. So that's the hairline, eyebrows, bottom of the nose, bottom of the chin. And I'll also do a video on varying these as well, so they don't all look the same, like the proportions. So, right, so that's your forehead. Halfway between eyebrows and the nose, bottom of the eye socket, so I have that bit going in. And then halfway between, so like where this bit is, the nose comes out like that, goes in. And then remember doing the mouth as a muzzle, and a chin on the end. And add the jaw, like that. Then you can add the ear. Remember, when you draw the head, back of the head, it doesn't go all the way around to the back of the jaw like that. Like, it's sort of, it's like a bit, it ends like a bit lower, and then the neck starts coming out. But we'll go through how to draw the neck in another video. Okay, and then the cheekbone. Remember, if I do this quickly, halfway, eyebrows, bottom of the nose, bottom chin. So, I'm just doing the skull quickly, so I'll show you something. The cheekbone sort of is in line with the bottom of the nose. So like that. This bit coming out. So I'm getting a bit carried away here, aren't I? So that's in line with there, and the halfway point. So that's the eyebrows, bottom of the nose, bottom of the socket, and the cheekbone is like that. So on here, remember bottom of the socket, and then that'll be the cheekbone there. Like that. So when we actually draw, and remember this is like the corner of the eyebrow, so the eye would be, so this is the eyebrow, the eye would be somewhere in here. Don't know if you can see that. So it'd be like, so if you're drawing that eye from the side and simplifying it, just like that, and then the eye, and That's like the top, the skin going up the eyebrow. Right, let's finish this one off. So, bottom of the nose, bottom of the chin, into thirds. Remember it's a little indent bit, like that's your nose, bottom of the nose. So cut that into thirds, like that. Oh no, they're not equal thirds, but they're meant to be. So this little indent bit is usually the bottom third there, and then you've got your mouth, like that. So this line's where the lips separate, and I'm gonna have to make the nose look more realistic. So when it comes out to there, you can usually see on people their little bone, like on a skull, that bit where the bone ends. You usually see like a little ridge, and then it changes. But not on everyone, but you can sometimes see it. Oh, he's got a humongous nose, but it doesn't matter. So another thing, from the side you don't always see like a direct line like that on someone's jaw. Like you usually see this bit, but you don't always see it. Oh, so remember that bone going around the side, it sort of goes like that. You can sometimes see a little like line here on usually men, but not always. So then we can just add the hair. Remember, it lines up with that usually if they've got short hair. And ear, which I'll have to do a video for. Alright, well, I think we're done. Yeah, because I've been recording these videos just like I've been learning the stuff and then not actually planning them and just doing them. I'm not sure if I've done everything, but I think I have. But if there's anything you think I've missed, please let me know. But I think I might do another part to this in the very near future. But I'm going to do separate videos on the features, definitely. But yeah. And then eventually I'll probably move on to the whole figure. Yeah, okay. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.